Thank you. So hi everybody, thank you for attending this webinar. So as Sinead, and thank you to Sinead and Lynn for organising it and the Faculty of Education and Health Sciences. So as Sinead said, I'm Dr. Aoife Whiston. I'm an assistant professor here in the Department of Psychology, and I'm really excited today to present this programme to you on clinical and community psychology, our new master's programme at the Psychology Department in UL. And I suppose I'm uniquely excited because I was an undergraduate psychology student here at UL and a postgraduate psychology student at UL. So seeing this new programme is quite exciting. It's definitely something I would have been interested in doing throughout my postgraduate degree career. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you an overview of the programme, so what's involved, some of the modules, the structure of it. Then I'll talk a little bit about the entry requirements and the application process, and then some frequently asked questions. So again, please feel free to put whatever questions you have into the chat box, and I'll try to address them all. And if not, I'll get back to you on them. But I have preempted a few of the questions that we have been receiving, and hopefully I can address them for you today. So in terms of the programme and who we are, so the Department of Psychology in UL was established in 2007, and it's one of 6 academic units that fall under the Faculty of Education and Health Sciences. So you have the University of Limerick, then we have 5 faculties. We are the Education and Health Sciences, and then within the Faculty of Education and Health Sciences is the Department of Psychology. And we're alongside other schools such as School of Medicine, Allied Health, Department of Physical Education and Sports Sciences. But our vision as a psychology department is to be internationally recognised as a centre of learning and research that advances knowledge, addresses contemporary social issues and improves people's lives. And I do think this programme is uniquely designed with that mission in mind. So in terms of our department, our head of department is Professor Eric Igu. And as Sinead said, I'll be the course director for the new MSc in Clinical and Community Psychology. So in terms of this programme, and if you're interested in, what you will see on the website is it does say that it provides candidates with advanced skills in the methods and topics of clinical and community psychology. So you will gain advanced research, analytic and applied skills in this highly sought after field. So at this intersection of clinical and community psychology. We've based the development of this programme on basically the reflective scientist practitioner model, and there's 4 key strands that we wish to address. So we wish to develop your academic competence, clinical competencies, research competencies, and personal and professional development. And this programme was designed with our wider psychology department team. We use our in-house expertise related to clinical, community psychology and digital mental health to design a lot of these new modules as well. So we do have a really strong research focus, but this course I think is really of interest for people who are interested in research careers in voluntary or state sectors, if they're interested in obtaining assistant psychologist roles in the health sector. And it can also provide a good basis for entry to doctoral level degree programs for those who have PSI-accredited undergraduate degrees. And we'll get to that with the entry criteria in a moment. So in terms of our programme overview, so in general, this is a 2-year full-time face-to-face programme. Okay, so when we look at the breakdown, we see that there's 2 years and 2 semesters in each year. In the first year, you have 5 modules per semester with a weighting of 30 ECTs. And it's important to note that 1 ECT is approximately 25 to 30 learning hours associated with it, okay? So while the second year looks that it has less modules, these modules are weighted a little bit more, and I'll explain that now in a few moments. But in terms of the first semester, first year, in each semester you'll take 5 modules. Some of these modules are very focused on our research, so advanced analysis and advanced research designs. We also have exciting new modules on digital and mental health, where you'll be introduced to topics related to digital diagnostic tools, digital phenotyping, digital interventions, and the role of AI in the future of digital mental health. We also have modules related to introduction to psychotherapeutic skills, where you aim to develop your generic psychotherapeutic skills, whether it be communication, active listening, and it's a very action and applied module, which I'll explain more about with the learning environment. In your second semester of the first year, again, you have 5 modules. 2 of them are related to community psychology. So we have essentially our community psychology module, introducing you to theories related to community psychology and the core values. And then our community psychology service design and evaluation. And this is about designing, implementing and evaluating community-based services. And it has a really strong emphasis on participatory action research approaches. We also have new modules in spring semester, in semester 2 of year 1, related to introduction to psychological assessment across the lifespan. So what you will see on the website for this program as well, that after the first year, you can obtain a postgraduate diploma in clinical and community psychology. So this is an exit award. So if you successfully complete your 60 credits or ECTs in year 1 and do not wish to proceed to year 2, you can opt out and be awarded your postgraduate diploma. So then if we look at the second year, so we see we've 18 ECTs per semester. And this is largely built around your research project. So we are encouraging and we will support students to conduct a high quality research project that can potentially help you build your research CV, which is essential for future careers in clinical and/or community psychology. And we also designed a module on personal and professional development. And this module develops some key skills related to self-observation, reflection, and core professional practice standards related to ethics, as a critical element in preparing you for future careers in clinical and community settings. So that's what the modules look like as an overview. All these modules are now available on UL's Book of Modules website. So if you want to look at the learning outcomes of each of these modules, I would encourage you to search them on UL's Book of Modules. In terms of the learning environment and what will be expected of this program, it has been designed to create a transformative learning environment to support knowledge and skill development. So we'll use a diverse range of teaching methods. There will be a lot of group work, presentations, role plays, workshops, case studies, using our research labs. And this is really important because inherent to the field of clinical and community psychology, it's essential to be able to work together and in groups. While this is primarily face-to-face, in-person delivery, digital platforms will be used to support learning. And the curriculum for this program has been designed to align with fostering the UL graduate attribute, which is to create curious, agile, courageous, responsible, and articulate members of our communities and of the psychology community here. So I'm going to speak a little bit about the entry requirements now. So the entry requirements for the program are listed on the website, but briefly what you need is a minimum 2-2 degree award, level 8, so an undergraduate degree. This degree should have a PSI, so that's Psychology Society of Ireland, or equivalent accreditation. And in terms of what the equivalent accreditation means, I have put a link here, potentially the slides might be able to be shared, about you must be eligible for graduate membership of the Psychology Society of Ireland. And why this is essential is this course is not accredited by the Psychology Society of Ireland, and it will not provide you with an accreditation. If you do need to get a Psychology Society of Ireland accreditation, we do have the MA in psychology as a postgraduate option, and that's a conversion course to get that for you. But generally, you'll be entering this program with a PSI or equivalent. And I'll just briefly say what equivalent means related to the PSI. So this means that you've taken part in a course that has a relatively broad range of psychology courses, such as biological basis of behavior, developmental psychology, cognitive, social psychology, personality and individual differences, and the completion of a supervised research project. So if you click the link on the PSI about graduate membership application, you can have a look at what's required of that. If you're a non-native English language speaker as well, you also have to submit a demonstrable achievement in a standard English language competency test, and this is in line with UL requirements as well. So in terms of the application process and how to apply, if you visit the course website, you'll see a button, Apply Now. If you click on that, it's an online application form. It'll require you to upload your transcripts or your certificates of your studies to date. If you're currently still undergoing your studies, you can upload your transcripts to date, and we'll be reviewing applications on an ongoing basis and can offer, if you meet all other criteria, a conditional offer subject to successful completion. If you've not been registered with a UL course before, they may require you to have a copy of your birth certificate. And again, if you are not a native English language speaker, you may have to provide English translation and qualification of your transcripts and your English language competency certificate. In terms of the fees, again, they are listed on the website for EU and non-EU, and I'll touch briefly as well on questions related to fees and scholarships in the frequently asked questions section. But I have noted here on the website that if you're interested or requesting payment plans, to email the Student Fees Office as well. So I'm going to touch on some frequently asked questions related to this program and the structure of the program. And again, if you have any other questions related to this program, please do pop them in the Q&A. So a frequently asked question we get is, am I a clinical psychologist after doing this program? And the brief answer is no. Completing this master's degree will not qualify you to practice as a clinical psychologist in Ireland. And neither will any master's degree in Ireland at the moment. So in Ireland, the title of clinical psychologist is a protected professional title, and it requires the completion of a doctorate in clinical psychology. And this is the formal route in Ireland to professional qualification. What this program, I suppose, does provide you with, because it's been co-designed with expertise in-house in clinical psychology and community psychology, it does provide you with a practical foundation that can enhance your application for future training, and it will equip you with relevant knowledge and skills that are required for the careers in voluntary and state research sectors, assistant psychologist posts, or future training. Is there placements? No, there is no formal placement included in this program. It is important to note that the second year structure, while it does have a higher kind of, it does have a slightly lower ECT loading, and the slightly more flexible structure, it may allow you to pursue part-time placement opportunities independently alongside your academic commitments. And this is where you can potentially gain some valuable applied experience, but it is technically still second year full-time, just a slightly lower credit loading. In terms of scholarships and bursaries, there are currently no scholarships or bursaries specific to the MSc in clinical and community psychology, but students may be eligible to apply for a range of different funding opportunities, either within the university or nationally. So sometimes there's University of Limerick postgraduate scholarships. If you look on the websites for that, you may be entitled to SUSI postgraduate grants, back to education allowance, or tax relief on tuition fees. So this is quite a common question, but what I would encourage you to do is to please contact the relevant offices related to your eligibility for these, or send me an email and I can direct you to where to ask for each of these. And finally, a frequently asked question is this program for me? What I would think is that this program is one of the first of its kind, designed at this intersection of clinical and community psychology. It will equip you with a lot of applied skills for future career opportunities in these fields, but it is really designed around impactful research, and you do have almost an entire second year dedicated to this high quality research dissertation and your own personal and professional development. So I've summarized the learning outcomes of the module of the entire program here. So if you are interested in advanced research methods, critically evaluating current psychological research, developing skills, building your interpersonal and professional competencies, and engaging in professional development, then I would think this is absolutely an excellent program for you to take part in. So if you have any other further questions that I have not addressed, or any questions specific to modules, please do let me know. I'd be happy to address them now.